No, definitely.
There's a great kick, and the diddler is the assailant. His DNA found inside a man. Real life. If it ain't real life, it ain't acting.
If it ain't real life, just ain't real life street stars. You know what time it is.
Y'all gotta forgive me. What happened? Why did it say? Oh no, I'll figure it out. It's right here. See,
can I
I'm
ask?
working on something right
Ooh,
now that's probably going to really, really, really make it hard for me to play along with any of what the other side thinks or has to say.
can you give us a?
Would you be interested in me telling you what it is that I'm
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, can you give us a tease or what?
Yeah, I can. I can. I'm going to read it to you before I show it to you so this way, you know. Document certification. Case, I'm not going to say the case number. Third Judicial Circuit Court, Michigan. State of Michigan, County of Wayne, City of Detroit. I, Kathy M. Garrett, Clerk of the Third Judicial Circuit Court, do hereby certify that the foregoing is currently taken and copied from the original record in the case of the People versus Derek L. Moore. Case number, whoop whoop. Now remaining in my office and of record in said court, and that the same has been examined and compared by me with the original of said record in said cause, and that is, I'm sorry, and that it is a correct transcript therefrom, and of the whole of such original recording. In the testimony whereof I have hereunto set my hand and affixed the seal of said court on the 23rd day of September in the year 2025. And it was signed off by the clerk, Erica P. Let me pull it up so you can see that. You see that seal?
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah. Court of Wayne County. Ask me why that means anything.
Please, if you don't mind.
Well, see, it has to do with this case. Back in 1998, it's so funny that you said rappers from back then, back in the late 90s, and they did this and they did that. It's funny. Two different names, same case file. Nobody bothered to pay attention. This was filed on May 2nd, 1998. The defendant's name is Derek Lee Cordello Smith.
Mhm.
Have you ever heard that name before?
No, please.
He's a victim of Sean Combs, a real life victim, Sean Combs, who's been
Mm.
sitting in jail for 28 years for crimes that he did not commit and for an act of self defense that was criminalized.
Uh, should we be looking into these cases more? Because these we look to provide voices for the voiceless, and I know he can't tell his story.
Let's see what the exhibits are. Oh, and just so we have a table of contents, the witness that was on the stand for this hearing is Kim Elworthy, who is a state's attorney and a judge for Detroit. The judge was John O'Hare, and Derek was representing himself, and he did the cross examination. I'm going to read a few things, share a few things with you guys, if that's okay.
Please.
But let's see what the exhibits are. Commitment of sentence to corrections department for offense of second degree red rum, self defense variable. The victim was Carl Bishop, and the plea was nolo contendere plea, which means no contest, to remain sealed per plea agreement of John O'Hare, Kim Elworthy, Sean Combs, and defendant Derek Lee Cordello Smith. Agreement in 1997 between parties. This is an exhibit. Commitment of sentence to the Corrections Department for offense of criminal sexual conduct, third degree, as conditioned primary offense. Wayne County Medical Examiner's autopsy report, which would be the autopsy report of Carl Bishop. An sexual assault kit, a grape kit, and the materials containing were of the victim and the defendant. The incident report identifying Sean Combs as the assault suspect.
Well,
Do you
Okay.
understand what that means?
Hey,
Do you understand what that means? What I'm holding right here in my hand in this device that I uploaded for protection of the records. See, while everybody was busy watching that sham of a sham or whatever that was supposed to be to make people think that that guy actually was finally handled up on in some way, shape, or form, God was busy making sure that these very real findings came to me. Do you see what I'm telling you?
no, definitely.
There's a great kick, and the diddler is the assailant. His DNA found inside a man.
How do you take this on as far as what's to come next with this?
What do you mean? I do what I do.
Mm.
I do what I do. I stand on what I stand on. I want you to ask me something. Me sitting here, even just sharing just that. Does anything else really matter?
Yeah, no, sounds like he got away with
Does,
the
does
most heinous.
anything else really matter? You sitting here talking to me about these weird old lawyers, including Mark Agnafilo. You want to know what's funny? while Mark Agnifilo was sitting there making fun of baby oil and doing all of the stuff that he was doing in court and creating all of that nice guy hoopla, trying to get everyone to believe that Diddy is not such a terrible person and now he's a wonderful man and he deserves to go back to Madison Square Garden and he's going to be right there to cheer him on. Do you want to know where else he was? In Wayne County, negotiating with Derek Lee Cordello Smith.
Wow.
His victim.
Wow.
Why would he be in negotiations with him if he actually believed that everything that he said in that courtroom was true?
Sounds like a fixer.
Sounds like a fixer. A fucking liar.
Boy.
You think I give a shit about that sentencing? Let me regale you. Hold on. Wait a minute.
And as you're pulling it up,
Is it your testimony that you have your team of technicians at the crime lab who can and have manipulated evidence to place grapes not only on Derek Lee Cordello Smith, but other men as well, with the end result being they will plead because they have no choice. And they know you will get convictions because the SA victims in those cases are actually victims of Sean Combs and of the actual slavery ring in Michigan. And guess what the witness's response was? So what? Yeah.
this is America. That is what you call damaging. And does the prosecutors not have this information? Like, why doesn't this come up in?
Why didn't any of this come up during the trial? Mark Agnifilo knows about this because he's spoken to Derek himself. This court proceeding happened in 1998. And Derek's been sitting in prison since then. And people are sitting there worried about the diddler and how much time he might have to do. And this man has been sitting in prison since then. A victim of that weirdo. G to the H to the B. He used it back in 97. And wasn't that what they said they found in the baby oil before everybody started making jokes about it? See, there's pedigree when it comes to predators. There's pedigree.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move. Hey.